Hello everyone. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different with the podcast today. I never film in public because I'm a little baby, I'm too scared to. But today I'm going to do my predictions for the 2025 Dutch Grand Prix. I'm just going to cross this road here. This podcast episode will be completely unedited. Hi everyone, so I'm just outside right now and I'm just watching it over because I'm like editing out any like street signs and stuff. But I just like to let you know, I couldn't leave this unedited. I'm going to put up pictures and stuff of you drivers and you know, like I know a podcast would, but it's just going to be a nice background of me walking and talking because I couldn't leave it unedited. I don't know, that just feels weird to me. It will only have subtitles, so if you're a true F1 fan then you'll stay to the end, listen to my opinions, and then you'll comment yours. If you hate a driver I like, I want to see that hate. But we got a sunny day here in Manchester, so let's get talking. I'll be doing a couple segments on this, but we're going to start off with pole position for the Dutch Grand Prix. And for pole position, I've gone with Charles Leclerc. And this is not because I think Ferrari's going to have an amazing car, but I think Charles is going to be really fired up. He's only sorry, I'm so distracted, people around. He is only finished on the podium this season and does not have a single win under his belt. And this all means one thing: he's going to be amped up and ready to try and win a race this season, which means he's going to stick it on pole. Now I know that he had pole in a place, the Hungarian Grand Prix, where he had that massive crash out because his car wasn't fast enough in the race, but I'm absolutely certain that he could get pole there. And if you disagree with me, I'd like to hear why. And next up, for the next little segment, we are going to do I'm still stealing this on from P1 with Matt and Tommy, and I'm going to say biggest good surprise and biggest bad surprise. Let's get to this corner, please. I'm so scared that someone that I know is going to be just around the corner. Biggest good surprise. The biggest good surprise in the 2025 Dutch GP is going to be... You know what, I really should have thought about these before I started the podcast. Our biggest good surprise for the 2025 Dutch Grand Prix is going to be Lewis. Oh shit, one second. Red Bull. Oh my god, he's got Red Bull. So he did have his ass crack out as I'm filming this, but he does have a Red Bull hat, which is because you never see F1 fans around here anymore. Okay, anyway, he's my favourite person in the place where I am right now. Anyway, so yeah, biggest good surprise is going to be Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, Sir Lewis Hamilton. And this is because he has not been the Lewis that we know and the Lewis that we love so far this season, and that is very sad, you know. It shouldn't be a crazy big, like, wow, no way, Lewis is your good surprise. But considering where he's been in the season, it's actually a pretty bold prediction, I guess, because I don't think Lewis is at the level that he should be at the moment. And yeah, you know. Now, Lewis Hamilton has had some good results in this season. Sorry for the banging. He's had some very good results this season, and that includes sprint pole and sprint win in China, and he has not finished outside of the top 10, which means that he has actually been quite consistent. But even though he has been consistent, he has also been a mediocre driver, because to be consistent in the middle of the grid could not mean anything more than being average this season, and unfortunately that is all he has been, and it's unfortunate. Actually, it is very unfortunate, because, you know, obviously he's a 7-time world champion, so we've got to be safe. We've got to be clicking them. Okay, I'm not going to be safe, I'm just going to go before it, because it's, oh, there we go, see, I'm safe. But yeah, he's been very mediocre this season, and while his teammate has been getting many podiums in the main races, Charles Leclerc having at least 3 now, from what I recall. Lewis only performing well in 1 sprint race really isn't what we want to see from him. We have seen from him in the past. So to say, you know, if you told my 2020 self that I would start a podcast for starters, and then also say that Lewis Hamilton was a good surprise, I'd be like, what? He's always good, but, you know, he's just getting to the age now where he's not really, you know, it's crazy for him to be up on the podium, you know. Since 2021, he's been one of them drivers where it's like, okay, he's made a return, but you shouldn't have to see some of these drivers like making a return and stuff. So I really hate filming in public, guys. It's so embarrassing. But hey, I'll never see, my logic going into this stupid idea was 1, I have an excuse not to edit the podcast, and 3, I get some healthy steps in, and also I'm never going to see these people again in my life, so I'd rather just, you know, get it done now, unless I see someone from my place of work, school work, and yeah. But anyway, moving on. Everyone's just got, sorry, I really hate swear, but everyone's just got their asses out. Yeah, okay, so next up, I'm gonna go with biggest bad surprise now. I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit while we wait, because I'm not talking through all these people. So, I just made like a, sorry, you literally can't hear me. So, I had to like do a mad overtake in front of all them people, because I was not gonna like have the camera pointing there for the next 5 minutes. I am actually going to take a little shortcut though, which puts me in a more private place so I can be more loud. But anyway, next up is biggest bad surprise, or like, I think I need to come up with like a better name for that. So if someone in the comments could kindly give me a if anyone in the comments has a new word for it, diving into the pits, guys. Race car noises. Oh, those flies. Okay, no one there. Here we go, podcast time, guys. Woo. Okay, so biggest bad surprise, or a different name that you guys are going to come up with, is unfortunately gonna be Oscar Piastri. Now, I know this is like, what? No way, this is crazy. Not our championship leader who's been leading by 9 points and who got screwed over in Silverstone. No way. But yes, it is. It is that man right there. So, the reason is, think Oscar has an incredible racecraft and an amazing qualifying. But Zandvoort is a place where you need overall pace in the car, and Oscar just doesn't have that. We saw in last year's result, he was kind of just there, kind of mediocre, while Lando Norris was obviously, fighting Max for the lead of the race and obviously won the race. And obviously, Oscar Piastri improves every single, what can I say? He improves. Ooh, ducks! He improves every single race weekend. There's a red ball over there. So that doesn't mean to say that, he's not going to improve this time. So, oh crap, I need to go into Tesco to buy a bin. This podcast, I completely forgot about it. Dang it. Oh, I'm actually so scared right now. Lando Norris is up there, Oscar's down there. For Zandvoort. So I just realised there was a guy, a bald man, who had pointed the camera at. That's my bad. Now we're into the forest. But anyway, yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think Oscar Piastri has the overall race pace in that McLaren. Obviously, he's shown that he is very fast at a lot of the racetracks this season. He was completely miles ahead of Lando in Bahrain and Lando in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, Lando crashed his car in Q2, so it wasn't really could have been Q3 actually. Sorry, I'm really distracted right now. I'm just hoping no one's about to appear on this corner. We got lucky. I look like I'm Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now. Anyway. Oscar Piastri is really not where I think he is going to want to be for this upcoming race, and it's not a detriment to Oscar. It's just that he's not got the experience around Zandvoort that Lando has, and obviously Oscar Piastri's biggest crash was in Zandvoort, when he didn't break it, but obviously he caused Danny Rick to break his arm and stuff because he crashed, and it's just stuff like that. Sorry, these steps are, wow, that's really annoying. And it's just like it's not like I said, it's not a detriment to Oscar. It's just that he's not got the pace that Lando has on that circuit. And at this point, it is a fight for Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris for the World Championship. This is like a really chill place. Oh gosh, that is so unhealthy for these people to be littering and crap. It's not on. Anyway, I'm going to go to film the podcast now. Moving on. Okay, now for the final segment of this kind of race thing is podium places and then who will finish last. So I'm going to do who finishes last first, and for that I'm going to go with Yuki Tsunoda. I cannot see Yuki Tsunoda doing anything well this weekend. He's not very strong at that circuit, and in my mind I don't even have many critiques of him or many benefits of him there, because he's just mediocre there, so I can't really say anything more. Now moving on for our top three, we have got number 3 for the Dutch Grand Prix. We are going to go with, I've actually never been this out, bro. We are going to go with Lewis Hamilton. That's right. I think he's going to get his first ever podium for Ferrari. and I think it's going to be here because he has raced good here in the past. But I've spoke about a lot about Lewis on the podcast today, so I am just going to leave it out. Anyway, moving on. Next up is so I've just got to do some thinking here. Next up is George Russell, and stupid driver, and that is purely because I think that he is a very strong driver and a very consistent driver this season, but not. Why are there so many English flags up and about? Is there something going on in England today that I need to be aware of anyway? English flag for no reason. I'll have to blur that sign. I'm not having you guys know where I am. That's the one bit of editing that's going to go on in this, and I'll blur that sign. Great. I also might have some music on in the background. But anyway, P1 for the Dutch Grand Prix is none other than Lando Norris. For one reason, and one reason only, and that is because he is a strong driver there as Zandvoort. Okay guys, my bad. Phone kind of just like blew up for a second there because it's so hot where I am right now. Like it's really hot, stupid actually. Jesus Christ. I'm actually going to pull into the shop because I might need a bin, so I'm going to actually take a detour here. I'm going to keep filming though because I'm tough. I need to make like a Hail Mary across the street. There we go. Yeah, so number one for the Dutch Grand Prix is Lando Norris. Now, this is just purely because he is a very solid and consistent driver around there. Okay, now I'm going to walk into the store and find a bin. I'm going to talk to the guy, phone in the pocket, here we go. Yeah, do you sell bins in? Sell what, sorry? Like bins?
No, sorry.
No problem. Oh my god, that was so much pressure. Alright, I've got about a 30-minute walk home now, guys. But I just thought I'd get the podcast done, filmed. I'm trying out some of these styles of content. You know, in my first episode, I was sat down, I was chill, I put pictures on the screen of what I was talking about. In the second episode, I was on my feet, I tried a few raunchy jokes and stuff. That didn't come across too well from the people who watched it, but to be fair, only like 5 people watched it, so it's fine. You know, I don't care who's watching my videos as long as I'm making them happy, you know. Yeah, I've got like a half an hour walk home now, guys. This will be the first ever like walk and talk podcast for F1. See if I've hit a new line of business here, we don't know. But thank you very much, and as always, keep your overtaking obsession alive.